Welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. Today, some exciting news. We got some answers on the upcoming technical test, which the best way to explain it to normies is a beta, but it's not a beta. And we actually have a question, a Q&A, that will answer why it's not a beta. There's a difference between technical test and beta. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we have every frequently asked question about the technical test, how you can get in, what you can do, when it takes place, all those goodies. So we're going to go down through this. The first community hub post from the new community manager, Sid Silva, by the way. So,
welcome.
Hey, welcome. Glad to have you. Glad to read your text here and your first 3 social media posts. I assume that was them that did those posts. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's dive in and let's go through some of the questions here and the answers, and let's get ourselves ready for the technical test. First of all, when will it be taking place? The thing will kick off on Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Not an exact time, nor is there an answer on the exact time it'll close, at least on this community hub post. So the question of how long will it last, it just says the test will play through the weekend. But after a little digging, okay, if you go to the terminals page run by Evolve for the game and you request a key as a content creator, it does say it runs through Sunday evening, midnight Eastern. So that's going the 28th, 29th technically, but 29th, midnight Eastern. So you can play for that 4 days there.
9 Pacific.
9 Pacific, if you will. Yeah, 11 p.m. Central. It's for London time. I can't help.
Can't help.
Mountain time, that's too much for me.
Too much
math. Yeah, so quite a bit of time. I imagine it'll kick off in the morning, I hope, on that Thursday.
I hope so.
I don't know, man. I just want to get in. Just like all of you watching, I just want to get in. I want confirmation. Because until then, I'm just going to be praying. Just panicking.
I'm always praying to get in.
That story of my life, my friend. Okay, so what platform will the technical test be on? The tech test will be available on PC via Steam, exclusive to Steam. I know it's a bummer for those that are on consoles. I hear you. Believe me, I have a PC that can play games, but I'm just not a big fan of PC gaming. But hey, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass day one, so
right, and
Xbox gets that.
Exactly. You have the game for free if you're on Xbox. You already have Game Pass, and the turnaround from tech test to release it's pretty quick, a couple months.
Right.
So it's not that bad, and luckily this is not a closed beta either. So you will be able to. It's a limited technical test, but it doesn't have an embargo underneath it, so you can play the game and stream the game. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second, but you at least will be able to see gameplay yourself, and you're not just hearing oh yeah, it's pretty good from people on Twitter. Right, so that's the good news. Specs needed to play. Now, this is kind of some nerd talk for those that don't really care about PC gaming. What the big pull away from this is that this build's going to be a little bit different than the final build, where it's not prioritized to, play on consoles and whatnot. So if you have a system that maybe isn't as powerful as what these specs say, it probably won't be as big of a deal come the final release.
Right.
But for here, to play the game at 1080p at 30 FPS, you need an i5 CPU, 8 gigs of RAM, 30 gigs of hard drive space, and RTX 2070. There's still not a lot of people rocking 2070s out there.
No.
So that's the downfall. If you go to 1080 60 FPS, you're jumping up to 16 gigs of RAM, an i7 CPU, and an RTX 3070. Even less people have those, okay? For 4K 30 FPS, you're going to have a 3090. Wish I had one. I have a 3080. Where do I fall in?
In between. 2K.
Is that an option? That'd be nice. And at 4K 60 FPS, you have to have an i9 CPU with a 4090. So all 12 of you that got one, congratulations.
Wow, you must be rich.
Yeah, congratulations. You can play one in 4K 60 FPS. I just wanted to run smooth on 30 at 1080.
I'll take what I can get.
If the game works, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll run it on my iPad. Okay, so how do I participate and sign up for the tech test? Honestly, not a very clear answer on this. I still wish I had a very definitive, this is where you go, this is what you click. But here it says you can wishlist the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Steam. By wishlisting the game, it is the best way to stay informed on when the tech test page goes live. So from that answer, the tech test sounds like it's going to have its own entire store page on Steam. And from there, you have to request access once it's live. And then you will get an email saying you got access. So at this time, there's nothing. Go wish list. That way you get a notification once you can actually apply to be part of the tech test.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Steam, I think they can actually like build it in and have it on the actual page. So basically you would just get a notification being like, hey, tech test is available, request access.
Right.
I think.
It should be that easy, hopefully.
I hope so.
Is Gun Interactive working with content creators here in the tech test? All content creators can reach out to Evolve PR through terminals.io.
Done.
Already mentioned that. Already requested my keys. Come on, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, if you're a content creator out there, doesn't matter how small, go for it. Try to get a key. Go request right now at the terminals.io. And if you're not already signed up on terminals, you need to do that as a content creator. A ton of keys pass through there all the time.
Even small creators as well.
Yes. So get an account on terminals, okay? All right. It's worth it. You get a lot more coverage that way.
Yes.
How will I know if I get chosen to be part of the tech test? You'll receive an email from Steam when you're added to the tech test. You will see your stats on the store page for the base game as well. So there you go. Is the technical test public? Yes, the test will be free to the public. Just limited, that's all. Because how many seats for the test? The seats will be limited, and exact seat counts are not set in stone at this time. My guess would be like 1,000. Like I think it's to be that limited. But the tech test, they might do more just because the tech test, where it separates from beta, is kind of meant to push the servers.
Right.
How far can we really drive these servers? What will we need at launch? So they might do more for that reason, but I don't know. Not a game dev.
I would hope there's a little more.
I hope so. I just want to be able to find a game. That's the important part. And because you're going to be able to play on both sides, obviously, and those are separate queues, you still want to be able to find a game. I don't want it to feel like the PTB in Dead by Daylight, where I sit there for half an hour to find a game and I never do.
Right.
Right. So, okay. Can I create and stream content for the tech test NDA? The tech test does not require an NDA, which means that all players can stream, create, and upload content during the tests, which we already talked about. Is it free? Yes, the tech test will be free for everyone who receives an email from the Steam to access to the tech test. There you go. Free. What's the difference between a tech test and a beta? All right. Here we go. There's that answer. A tech test differs from a beta in that the technical test is more focused on stress testing the game and back-end services, allowing our team to adjust server load and make any adjustments prior to launch.
Right. I would assume then tech tests will start with, a small amount of people, and then each day
Keep
they might
building
add
up.
more and
Yeah.
more and see kind of how the load goes.
That's probably exactly what's going to happen. And depending on how many content creators they pull in as well through Evolve, yeah, I mean, just keep passing them on.
Yeah.
Keep passing them on. And how many codes they give to content creators is another question. Because sometimes they'll just be like, all right, here's 5. So then you get a couple of your friends in there as well.
Yeah,
So,
occasionally they'll do that, or it might be pretty strict.
yeah, here's 1.
One.
Have a good time. Okay, what content should we expect in the tech test? Maps, characters, metagame, etc. Players can expect PvP matches with other people who receive Steam keys. You will only be allowed to access a family house map during the technical test. Players can expect to play as victims Leland, Connie, Sunny, and Anna. For family, players be able to choose from the cook, the hitchhiker, and Leatherface.
No sissy singing this time.
That's a bummer. Sissy's like the one I'm really curious to see how she works with
Yes.
her being able to like hide in the same hiding place that victims can go.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a scary thing.
And Johnny just brute forcing it out of here.
Right. Yeah, you got to save some stuff for the final game, so it's fine. I get it. I fully expect. I think it may have even been confirmed in the past that the family map was going to be the only map. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
If you're going to reel people in, that's a map to kick off with.
Again, it's not a beta to find bugs.
Yeah.
It's for
Although they're taking that feedback as well.
yes, they're
So.
just stress testing.
Yeah. Hey, as a matter of fact, what are the main purposes of the tech test?
Please tell me.
Let's take a look. The purpose of the tech test is to see how the game handles the player base, the servers, the gameplay, and the ins and outs of the Tech Chainsaw Massacre. This will not only be for players, but will also be for us to see what works and what may possibly need improvement for the release date of Friday, August 18th, 2023. So there you go.
Thanks.
That's what it's for.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, and last question here. Is the build of tech test close to what the game will be at launch? The build of the tech test is the latest build of the Tech Chainsaw Massacre, but it is not the final version. On release day, the game will be in its finalized version. Bit of an obvious answer. Yes, it's going to be quite similar to what the final game will be. Just obviously not all the characters,
Maps.
not all the maps. Yeah, that it's interesting that in that question they put maps, characters, metagame, etc. Didn't emphasize metagame in the answer. How far can we go with the metagame? Like in the Evil Dead beta, what it was a closed beta, but you'd only get to level 10, I think.
Yeah, it was via Xbox Insider.
Yeah. And that was it was a closed beta that you were not supposed to stream or create content for, but that didn't stop many people did it. But yeah, so I wonder how far you can actually go. We don't even know what that looks like at all yet. You have to assume in the next few weeks here we're going to get some metagame details, because right now we know nothing. Haven't seen anything beyond the confirmation that the images in the bottom right corner on your character screen on your HUD, that those are perks.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, we don't even know what those perks do, and we haven't seen any other perk images beyond what's been revealed there.
Right. And I'm sure they'll limit the amount of perks that we can access in this tech test as well.
I will say that metagame is probably the biggest piece of the puzzle in terms of testing.
Yes.
Right? And obviously they have a team over there that is testing daily, I'm sure. But that is the key to the puzzle, right? That metagame, that's where Evil Dead struggled for a little bit, and potentially still does, depending on who you ask, is that the metagame changes so much how you play that it can make it where you go from being a trash player to an incredible player simply by having certain perks. And you don't really want, perks should help. They shouldn't be the deciding factor.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's that. That's the details and technical tests coming out pretty quick here, man. It's actually kind of weird. I'm still having to wrap my brain around that it's May.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're officially 3 weeks out now. 3 weeks out from the technical tests.
Let's go.
Which means we're 3 months out from the game. 3.5. 3 and a quarter.
Man.
A third.
Man, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's weird. This is one of those things where you've been hyped for so long that you never felt like it was actually going to come out. It's kind of like how F-13 was, for one, but like Halloween Kills, for example, when it got delayed, it felt like that.
Felt a lot longer than it
Do
actually
not
was.
disappoint me like Halloween Kills did.
Please.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have all the hope in the world for this game. I think they're going to kill it, and I'm really excited to play it. Please let me get on the technical test.
Yes.
Who do I have to pay? I will pay $100, hundreds of cents.
Hundreds of cents. You got it. That's what I can offer. You know, they're not ruling out a future actual beta as well. They never said
That's a good
we're
point.
not doing a beta. They never said we are doing a beta.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So,
and since, like Evil Dead did with the Insider,
Twice.
Xbox Insider, twice. They're on Game Pass. Play around with Xbox over there. That'd be cool.
yeah.
Give the console player some love. Or just Xbox, I guess. I don't care. This is why I have both, just in case.
I got
Nintendo
everything.
Switch? Do you think Nintendo would allow TCM on a Nintendo Switch? They've let some pretty dark games on there.
I don't know.
Might make the cut. F-13 made it, but it's a little more cartoony, per se.
A little bit.
It's a little serious. Based on a true story. It's pretty real.
Whoa.
Alright, well, that's going to wrap up this video. Let us know your thoughts, technical tests in the comments below. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And, of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.